Good morning, good morning. I have to make my intro long because for some reason my videos won't always upload like the first so many seconds of my whatever. So this is Good Friday, 3 p.m. Just passed over a half hour ago Pacific time. That's the hour in which Jesus died. This video, or this date I meant, should be pretty special. This year, 2025, the Roman Catholic Easter, the Eastern Orthodox Pascha, and the party day of 420. 420 is supposed to be some major numerological or like superstitious or some kind of pagan religion holiday, so I hear. And I apologize, I can't Google that off the top of my head. It might start raining, and we're going to take prayer requests. I'm not a pastor, I'm not a priest. I just figure that I invite you guys all along. You guys want to take a little tour of my little area here? If you're familiar with my videos, you'll know this is my kick it spot. These bushes grew here in a matter of like days. Like the all this vegetation here is like, I wouldn't be surprised, 9 days old. I pretty much proved that global warming doesn't exist, guys, because this will be like a raging river around February, early March, and it will be bone dry, not even mud. It will be like only white rock, white sand and rocks. And this is San Bernardino National Forest. And as you can see, there's a lot of shit here that can catch on fire when it's summertime, when everything turns to wood, hay, and stubble. Which reminds me, you guys, in case you're Protestant, the doctrine of purgatory in the Bible happens to fall on when, I don't remember if it was James or St. Paul, said that people will be judged by fire, and their works will come out either purified like gold, wood, hay, and stubble. And I can't do this phone thing right, man. So bear with me. I bet it's gonna fall again. So, whew. Hello, Keely, Nalia, and Keely. They say hi. How are you? I'm okay, guys. It's a gloomy day. I love gloomy days. Hello, the Beacon. So today we're gonna pray. Since it's Good Friday, we're taking prayer requests, guys. So if you have a prayer request, drop it in the comments. And somebody said Keely. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you guys just tuned in, but I try to give you guys a little tour of this little area, San Bernardino National Forest. And this area proves global warming doesn't exist. And I explained why. So, this area is so inhospitable, like during the summer or whenever it's hot. I mean, just about a week ago, it was too hot to chill here. What does this say? Somebody wrote, the Beacon says, can you give me the Beacon Squad, you rock, guys. Keely asked, why is this place inhospitable? When it's hot, there's like a bunch of insects biting you. There's really nowhere to sit down, and it's really uncomfortable. But no worries, Mr. Beacon Squad. But again, guys, during the summertime, the summer months, this will be bone dry, and this will be all like hay. This will all be straw. This vegetation here grew like in 9 days. You could tell that this is really itchy. I mean, these are useless weeds right here. This gets in your way. There's no like walkable trails here. Like if you want to sprain your ankle or run into a mountain lion or fry to death from having no shade, this is the place to go. But when it's nice and gloomy and about to rain like this, then it's really cool, you know. But it's San Bernardino National Forest, and I mean, the only thing you'll see to eat around here is like cactuses. You'll see carcasses of like coyotes and stuff like that. The Beacon Squad says they're from Florida. Florida's cool, man. I love that your self-defense laws over there. In California, you're not really allowed to defend yourself. It's stupid. But yeah, guys, hello, welcome to my channel. My channel was originally meant for like my silly cat. I had a really cute fluffy cat that's missing, and she got thousands of views on this. And then I was gonna do some outdoor adventures, a little bit more than what I've been doing. And let's see, Keely asks, what's my favorite color? My favorite one, well, black is one of my favorite colors. I like, I don't know, like, you ever seen the neon blue Christmas lights? They're really soothing to my eyes. Yeah, black goes good with everything. The only problem with wearing black is in the summertime out here, it'll torture you. It gets like up to 113 degrees and stuff like that out here, guys. Somebody wrote, right. Hello, Mr. Terminator Killer. So welcome to my channels, guys. I don't know if you guys are religious, but I'm asking if you guys have any prayer requests. And so it's Good Friday. I thought I heard a helicopter. I really don't dig on surveillance, man. I've tried to like practice bushcraft stuff out here, like campfires. You're not allowed to have campfires out here. You got to go way up the mountain in designated areas, and I'm about freedom, man. You know, I know California has wildfires, but people who make those wildfires, it's nefarious fires. Those fires don't come from people like me. Cheers, you guys. Somebody wrote, a good prayer for words of encouragement. Okay. And Keely asked how old I am. I'm getting up there. I'm about middle age. I'm almost Generation X. I'm kind of furtive about my real name. My saint name, you get a new name when you get baptized, Catholic or whatever, is Ignatius or Nacho or Iggy. But what was I gonna say? I gotta be kind of surreptitious about my my actual location and all that. I'm a very like politically incorrect person, and back in the day, me and my friends we've been contacted by like FBI and shit, telling people over the internet. But when Facebook and all that was new, like, we're gonna whoop your ass, mother effer, and like supposedly we were threatening people. And anyways, I'm about to pray for what's that? Resta. So I hope you have a good day too, Keely. So somebody wanted a prayer of encouragement and stuff like that. So right on, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a priest, but this is Easter. And then when the hot weather comes around and when Easter's said and done, I unfortunately don't really practice my religion for months. It gets so hot out here, mind-boggling hot. I'm basically camping out in the desert to hold down a rare job. I had to move way more inland, way more into the desert and stuff like that to hold down the job I have right now, which, thank God, it's been providing me all sorts of camping tools, firearms, and stuff like that. Keely says, hey, I appreciate it, Keely. You have a really good day too. You rock. Thanks for stopping by. But anyways, we'll get to some prayers to God on behalf of all of us. So I think the name was Resta. So in nomine Patris, Filii, et Spiritus Sancti, in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on us, a sinner. Lord Jesus Christ, please grant the desires of the heart of this earnest person who asked you, Mr. or Mrs. Resta. And Lord Jesus Christ, please have mercy on our sins. Please consider what drives us to want and desire things of this earth instead of taking them away. And help us to give us the wisdom to commit to you good stewardship out of anything you may grant us in this life. Amen. And somebody wrote, the Beacon Squad is it cold there? Yeah, it gets really cold there. I appreciate that, Vanessa. My channel is like, it's very miscellaneous and I need to organize it into playlist. But I'm basically here to help people who are just starting. And thank you, Vanessa and the Beacon. My channel is miscellaneous. I get really politically correct about how, politically incorrect about how you should have the right to defend yourself. If anybody were to like hurt your mother or your kids or yourself, you should have the right to commit vengeance against them. The law shouldn't protect them. The law should whoop their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of a slap on the wrist, instead of getting parole, instead of getting only 10 or 20 years, people who go out of their way to commit crimes that are, you know, very heinous, you know, like freaking, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to ruin the mood, you know, touching people or touching kids without their consent. Should never touch kids anyways, right? Stuff like that, right? So I'm always complaining about how the law, the I'm not having anything against police officers directly. I'm talking about the people who orchestrate what they do. It's more like gentrification patrol out here than actually protecting and serving the citizens. Because, for example, this UFC fighter called Cain Velasquez, somebody touched this kid and he's facing up to 20 or 40 years in prison for going after the chomo with a shotgun. Where the chomo, when he got he already had a record of being weird, and he got out in 2 days. He got like an ankle bracelet or something. He was driving around with his dad, and Cain Velasquez went to go F him up. And it's like, you're not really allowed to be a man, you know? So, I don't mean to be rude and miss all your comments, guys. Another thing that I'm into, I appreciate the subscription, Vanessa. My favorite animal is freaking cats. Even, I'll probably die from trying to pet a mountain lion out here. Dang, I'm pretty fat right now. Yeah, P. Diddy should severely get his ass whipped. Not just jail forever. My idea, oh, Beacon Squad, I got a baby kitten. Yeah, you can look at my short videos. I had this really big, smart cat that's missing. And her name was Piglet. And she basically got me on YouTube. She was getting over thousands of views, like sometimes 2,000-4,000 views on certain videos. But yeah, I mean, I like dogs too, dogs and cats. I'm not into like pet snakes and stuff like that. I don't think they love you back. But as I was saying, I think that like people who, you know, let's say some dude is weird and he got caught touching kids. I think his payment to society should be like a theme park where you can like, you're having a bad day on the freeway and you see a billboard like, come beat some chomo's ass for just $9.95, right, or whatever, and you pull over and you go to this place where this dude had been guilty and like definitely guilty, not false accusations, proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt that he was a butt toucher. So you get to whoop his ass, and he has like a little ankle bracelet in case he starts actually fighting back. Well, it like shocks him, you know, and they should make a theme park out of that. Also, like new recruits, let's say like Johnny the soldier boy, he's a new recruit, he's only 19 years old, he's been a good boy, good to his parents, he might have played some high school football or baseball, but he's never gotten a fight in his life. Well, have him desensitize himself with hand-to-hand combat by beating the crap out of the freaking nefarious butt toucher. And then the butt touchers that were really evil, you know what I mean? Like very sadistic, torturous, and killed and hid the body and all of the above. And I can name out certain serial killers of the past that done that. Well, they should be like medical experiments, see how long people can live without limbs, testing new medications, testing new possible cures for cancer, or what weapons, like what certain weapons, new weapons would do in warfare. And I don't mean to be rude, guys. I should have brought my other phone so I could look at your comments better. So, another thing that my channel's kind of about. Have a good day, Keely. And Vanessa's favorite animal is a giraffe. They're really tall. Giraffes actually is they can hurt elephants. I mean, they can hurt elephants. They can hurt a healthy giraffe could stomp out a lion. Beacon Squad says their favorite animal is an elephant. Yvonne, it starts with the E. That's cool. Yasmin said hi. Hello, Yasmin. God bless. I don't think there's nobody here. Oh, England. Yasmin's from England. My favorite music comes from Britain, guys. It's a long story, but what were we saying? Alexander the Great was shocked when he tried to attack India and he ran into elephants and stuff. I hope you guys are having a good Easter. A broken record here. I'm like superstitious or whatever. This Easter should be a pivotal event because 420 is some kind of like esoteric holiday or symbolism. I don't know what that's about. It's like the party day of all stoners and potheads. But it's also the Roman Catholic Easter and the Eastern Orthodox Pascha all on the same day. And for all those days to align, it only happens every so many years. It really doesn't happen very often. So, and it's a very nice cloudy day. It should be scorching already, guys. It's ridiculous. It gets so hot out here that it'll start giving you like insomniac dementia. Vanessa, okay, Vanessa said hi. Hi, these are old comments. Going to a soccer game tomorrow in Miami, a game in Ohio. Vanessa, that's cool, Vanessa. I have family out in Ohio. God bless all that. I hope you have a really good time. Yeah, Ohio is really gloomy like this, but you have no mountains and stuff like that. So that's crazy. I'm glad that you guys are getting along on. Ohio's not the East Coast, but good enough. There's a lot of Italians and all that. My Italian grandmother is from Northeast Canton, Ohio. Originally from like her family was like from New York, and then they went to go work in coal mines a long time ago, like in I forget, West Virginia, Kentucky, or something. How cold is it here? It's not that cold. It's probably around 60 degrees or the high 50s. Us Californians, we're not, we don't, I love the cold, but it still kicks our ass. The reason being is, especially out here in the Inland Empire or the desert, it'll be like 100, okay, let's say, I don't know what month, June or March, right? It'll be like 90 degrees, around 100 degrees during the day. And then at nighttime, it could plummet all the way back down to 60 degrees, something in the 60s. Anyways, the temperature can fluctuate up to 40 degrees up and down Fahrenheit in one day. So Californians, you don't know if you're going to bring a jacket out with you or not. So Californians, your body all day long is getting used to expelling heat. That's why we like light beer out here, because you could drink more of it. It's cold. And during the day, your body's getting used to expelling heat. And then when the night falls and the sun starts going down, for some reason, these kind of deserts do get cold at nighttime. But you guys out there, like in Ohio and around, the Midwest and all that, no, you guys are really tough to the cold. But I guess that is because your guys' weather isn't bipolar like ours. And if you go to the coastal, right now, going to Orange County, whatever direction it is, it is, I have to use a compass to move around, guys. So wherever Orange County's at, right now, I guarantee you they're having a thick, nice marine layer. And like you breathe in just nothing but coastal fresh air, you know? Once you start getting back into the Inland Empire from Orange County and stuff, the weather just gets arid and like, it's like a blanket. It's like a force field just pushing your head down. It gets so bright out here. I'll start gagging and getting nausea from how hot it is out here. Let's see what people wrote. In the winter, it came to like 10 degrees out there. I bet. Do you know where Westlake is in Ohio? No, but I know that Vanessa asked if I know where Westlake is. No, I know I've been to Lake. Oh, I've been to Lake Erie. I know I went fishing in Lake Erie when I was a really little kid. Like they had to help me out. I was only like 5 years old. So I didn't spend too much time out there in Ohio. We moved out to California pretty quickly, and I've been living like a nomad ever since. My parents they moved to California and they quickly broke up, and I got used to living in motels and basically like living on the road and never staying in the same place for more than 4 years. A lot of times it was maybe 4 months, 4 weeks. It was really always a set of four. I don't understand. I've been out in this desert for about, I think, coming about 4 years now, so I'm scared. I don't like change. I'll read some comments real quick, guys. Cheers. And Vanessa says she lives in Westlake. I'm jealous. I want to live like I want to live where it looks like this every day, whether that's like Tennessee, Alaska, I don't know. But I'm from California right now, and we're not really. California is a beautiful state, but there's not that. The people here are pretty douchebag. Not everybody. There's some like red-blooded Americans here and there, but if you want to come to a place where the traffic is always hell on earth, people cut you off with no turn signals. People drive like a bat out of hell. Nobody really says hello or waves at you, or everybody acts like they're a lot more like. They act like they're a lot more like alpha or tough or shrewd. Or if some like pretty other woman gives you a compliment, it's probably fake and insincere. She's probably really plotting to like gossip about you or something. Not that you guys have any flaws, but this is the place for fake. Here, everybody hardcore judges you on how you look, and in California, if you don't fit into a mold, in my opinion, you're an outsider. You have to be like some kind of gangster, like a cholo or whatever, or forget my language if you don't like cussing. You have to be like a fuck boy. There's these dudes that they always have a Dodge Charger. They're always cutting you off in traffic. They have their hair like this with hair gel. They go to the gym working out like a simp with hair gel. They wear like tight skinny jeans. All that stuff around here makes sense. And if you're some like red-blooded constitutionalist libertarian American like me, you're gonna go to Walmart and you're gonna go to the grocery stores around here being like the only person like that for a good minute before you run into somebody else. It's just not the majority. It's just not the majority out here. Over here, they're allergic to owning firearms, and I do security, and it's really stupid. If I was still basically married like I used to be, I would be strapped all the time. I don't have guns on me. I have out here in case the ranger or the cops try to mess with me or whatever. So pardon me, it takes a while to get this out with one hand, but that's what I bring out here for self-protection. So anyways, burns more calories, if you have to use this for self-defense, right? Let me see what somebody wrote. It's really hot where you live right now. I'm sorry about that. I guarantee you that heat is coming this way. And Vanessa says it's like 90 degrees where you live right now. Wow. Yeah, it's going to get like that here too soon. It's going to get back into the hundreds. It's a desert out here. I'm only out here because I have a job right now that's actually kind of lucrative. So it is what it is. I used to be a sheet metal welder and whatever. But yeah, anyways, guys, if you have any questions or comments, if you want to take another look around the scenery, So I'll ask you guys a question. What do you like to do, guys? What are you passionate about in life? Like, what are your hobbies? What kind of people do you belong to, or like, preference of friends and stuff like that. So, but yeah, thank you for hanging out. And until then, we'll just say some more prayers, but we'll pray about something. And you guys ask me anything if you got a story that you'd like to learn or tell. So Vanessa asked, I like to play basketball. Oh, you're athletic. That's attractive. Soccer, and you said baseball, soccer, and football. That's cool. When I was a kid, I was trying to get into baseball. I got into martial arts. I have other videos that I'm like hitting the bag all lazy, but I wasn't bad. I was very good at kicking and punching. I've been doing martial arts my whole life. Rock and roll. Vanessa says that she likes to play baseball, soccer, and football. That's cool. A lot of people are into soccer around here. That's pretty cool, man. There's a lot of like nice families that take their kids to the soccer parks, but you get the assholes that like litter their beer bottles, their beer cans, and they turn it into like a place to go get drunk and litter. You know what I mean? So also, guys, be careful about coaches and all that. Like, make sure whoever's in charge of your kids, they're good people. They're not creeps. I guess I got a funny story that's kind of a tangent, okay? So I was dating this cougar, right? And we were kicking it in Orange County. Orange County is like uptown. Orange County has some, rich people living there. And her kids were on a soccer team, and the soccer coach was this dude that looked like a thug. He looked like a gangster, And I was thinking, man, I was like, how are you living in Orange County, man? If you're from the wrong sides of the tracks, if you're from like the ghetto parts of LA or San Bernardino like I am, right? How are you living in Orange County? Well, sure enough, he was doing something illegal to have to live that life. He had a trophy girl. He lived in Orange County. He lived in the rich parts, and he looked like the only hardcore dude in that area. And I heard through the grapevine that he ended up going to prison or back to jail. It wasn't for anything creepy. It wasn't for like touching kids or anything. It was from like I don't know, embezzlement or some kind of fraud. Some kind of forgery. It goes to show you. I guess I don't sound gangster enough. I don't speak enough. I don't sound like a hoodlum to get street creds or something. I'm from the wrong side of the tracks, guys. I've seen some stupid, ugly stuff in my day. And I had the mental wherewithal to basically not get in that mess. I've been in some predicaments. Thank God I got out of them, but back in my day, almost Generation X, you got into gangs or you got into rock and roll. Rock and roll is like party hard. I got into rock and roll. Somebody's over here. I don't know why normal people would want to come around here. Like this area is like for mountain men like me. Let's see what somebody wrote. Oh. Vanessa asks, what's my name? You can call me Nacho or Iggy. My name is Ignatius, after Saint Ignatius of Antioch. And you rock, Vanessa. Thanks for hanging out. So, they look like good kids. You guys ever heard of the story of Bell's Canyon? So, like, there's this camping story where this dude keeps following a man. So like imagine you're out fishing or you're out hiking and you're camping, right? And you run into some weird guy and he's like, oh, do you know where to get to Bell's Canyon? And you're like, yeah, man, you want to go down the hill and to the east to, 90 degrees, whatever, on the compass, and you have a good day. And then you're walking later and you're enjoying your trip and you see the same guy meandering around and you run into him like, oh, hey man, how you doing? He's like, do you know how to get to Bell's Canyon? And you're like, hey man, I told you like 2 hours ago, man. You go down the hill to your northeast, yada yada, whatever. So then you're sleeping at night, your campsite, right? You hear twigs breaking and you go, man, what the heck? And you get out of your tent, you put your flashlight, It's the same guy meandering around like, hey, can I help you? And he's like, do you know how to get to Bell's Canyon? So what I'm trying to say is, guys, ladies too, ladies especially, if you ever have outdoor adventures like this, let alone going to the store, make sure your man actually like loves you and he's down to lay his life down for you. Do you get what I mean? Like you have, um, you're gonna have two guys that will actually protect you. A dude that was really emotionally vested in you and loves you, or a or just a guy at least that knows that he can't let you get hurt because it'll make him look bad. It'll like I've I've been like fighting with my chick at the time, and we're like gonna break up, but she gets in trouble and I have to stand up for her because it's my honor, it's my manhood on the line, you know. There's been pranks where like a couple would be walking and like a fake serial killer. It's a prank. Like somebody comes out of the blue looking like Michael Myers or some psycho, and the guy runs away. The guy leaves the chick. He like basically pushes her and runs. And it's always those kind of guys is always the kind of guy I was describing earlier, the fuck boy. Let me see what somebody wrote. Vanessa writes, thank you. Vanessa writes, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, just wouldn't be funny if it happened to you, Vanessa. God forbid. It is funny though, you know. Um, I don't know. I got some really retarded stories. We used to party so hard, you know. But oh yeah, that reminds me. So it was probably the same chick, yeah. So once upon a time, this chick that was supposedly out of my league, right? And she left me for like a fake rock star, right? She left me for this dude. He's a real pretty boy. He played guitar, but he still like lived with his parents. And that's how these kids, these guys afford their hobbies. They live with their parents rent free so they can like spend all the money that they have on game that they're working at GameStop or Blockbuster Video or Frosty Freeze. They spend all that money on stuff they actually want instead of rent and bills like real men and real women do. So she fell for it like a sucker. She's with this pretty boy that somehow gets her cocaine, and he plays in his little garage bands or whatever. And I heard through the grapevine that they ran into a bunch of thugs, right? And the thugs, like, they really like sexually harassed her and everything. And he just looked at the floor and did nothing. Whereas the same scenario was about to happen to us, like maybe up to 2 years prior to that. And those dudes knew better. They got the hell away. Not because, I mean, I am a big guy and stuff like that, but there was that. Plus, I was having a bad day. I was fighting with my chick, and I was like, "Oh hell no, man! You guys are about to be the very thing I'm about to take my anger out on." You know, you can't hit your chick, but you can hit them. Like, I'm playing. I never hit a chick in the face. Got another funny story. So I don't endorse hitting women. There was this chick that wouldn't leave my house. I had a different chick, and I was like, hey, get the point. You should. This chick was really bad to me. She cheated on me so many times when we were teenagers, and now it was my turn to have a better opportunity, and just stuff like that. I mean, it was like Jerry Springer, you know. And this specific chick, she would attack me like while I was driving even. Like she made me get 2 traffic tickets in one day for literally, like I'm not kidding, like literally trying to assault me, like take a pocket knife and stab me in the crotch or whatever. So one day I had a handful of groceries and she came at me. I don't know, I don't remember what I said. I said something to piss her off. And she came at me and she was gonna kick me in the balls. And so out of instinct, I was like, oh, like right here, it hit my mind. Oh shoot, that's a chick. So I eased the brakes off and put my 20% power out of it. Boom! But I still hit her like 80% of the power. She goes flying on her ass. I just shake my head and I go inside the house. And the whole neighborhood saw that, but nobody wanted to do anything. Nobody knew the backstory. They didn't know that this chick cheated on me. They didn't know that she was an unwelcome guest in my house. They didn't know that she assaults me. They just saw a dude kick a chick and nobody did nothing about it. What should show you, ladies, be careful. I don't think you'd be in a ghetto ass predicament like that. But long story short, yeah, I was this specific chick. I was trapped with her. She was helping me, like she helped me get a car and get, because she spoke Spanish. So she talked to this apartment manager that got us a nice cheaper place. She talked to somebody that like owned a car or whatever, and we got that for cheaper. So everything's in her name. But we were roommating with this other couple, and this guy took off. And this guy was weird. He was really weird to his chick. But so anyways, I don't feel bad about taking his chick. So I have this chick right here that cheated on me all my life, right? Like whatever. And now that I have a good welding job, now she's trying to play Susie Homemaker. But I still caught her flirting with other dudes and heard it from my friends, right? So I was like, hey, I don't know what to tell you, but you can stay, you can go, but I have two chicks now. Good for me. It just tough luck. She didn't want to take that, right? She didn't want to take that bad news. So I never hit her in the face, but it was yeah, domestic violence is not cool. So somebody wrote, oh, Vanessa says her phone's about to die. That's cool, Vanessa. You have a good one. I'm here just to blab, and I was supposed to pray the rosary for people, but I guess I'll just say some more funny stories. Like, you ever seen that, the Spartans? This is Sparta. I was carrying a bunch of groceries. I said something like to piss her off, and she comes at me. She's telegraphing. She's looking at me right in the crotch. She's gonna like grab and wrench it. She's gonna kick me there. I was like, oh shoot, this is Sparta. Boom. And I freaking pushed that I push kicked that chick on her ass. I remember once she caught me in the act of cheating on her with the roommate. It wasn't cheating. I was telling her straight to her face. And she jumped up. I mean, like she jumped up like a pro wrestler and pimp slapped my mistress, right? So I freaking, like in slow motion, man, grabbed her in a freaking body lock and freaking threw her to the ground. And I'm trying to hold her there so she doesn't assault my mistress. And she's like, she has a handful of my, my cojones, and she's grabbing. I'm like, ah! I'm like screaming, it's like, oh my good, great God, the cops are gonna come again, right? So cell phones are relatively new. So I had to hold this chick down while she's wrenching my crotch, grab her phone, call her mom, like, you need to get your daughter out of my house. She's like, that's your problem now. I was like, good God, man. That's like back, like, before I had this job and I became secluded mountain man, Sasquatch dude, that was like an average day in my life. That's how California is. Oh my Lord. Anyways, yeah, Vanessa, you have a really, really good one. So if anybody wants to hear other stories of dysfunctionality, of wrong side of the tracks living dysfunctionalities, oh man. I think the funniest story was we jumped this dude because we didn't approve of him hooking up with our homegirl. And oh no, I don't even want to get to that. That was fucking hilarious, man. But yeah, so heavy metal, man. I didn't get into gangs. I got into rock and roll. It's a little bit safer, just not that good for your health. Oh my goodness. But everything now that those people left is so peaceful and tranquil. Let's see. I think somebody else wrote some things. Phones are. Vanessa asked, "Do I live in California?" Unfortunately, yes, Vanessa. I live in California. People think they think I'm like a surfer boy. They think I'm like a surfer. Like, you should have seen pictures of me. I'll show one day. You wouldn't. I looked totally different. I had abs down to my knees. I had long, luscious hair, and I was rocking out, and I was getting heavy metal cougars on the daily. And I was partying in Orange County, which is the beach areas. But now I live in like ghetto Scumville, arid desert, deadly forest heat, like meth head capital of the world, San Bernardino County. And I love California, guys. I mean, the weather will kill you, but it's beautiful. It has everything. It has rivers, it has mountains, it has the beach, right? The people here kill it, man. The traffic is hell. Everybody's a douchebag. Everybody judges you on how much like money you make or how you look. Like I don't mean to brag. I'm compared to an average Joe Blow. I'm not necessarily broke. I spend all my money on camping equipment. This is almost a $300 knife. I don't go buy bling. I don't um I don't buy bling. I don't buy Dodge Chargers. I buy things to get ready for the zombie apocalypse. I buy things to get ready for World War III. By the way, I'm about to get in that subject, guys. I really believe that World War III is near imminent. And I'm going to describe what that entails for you guys, okay? I'm not saying you're going to go fight and be a soldier. I'm saying it's going to collapse the economy, and it's going to make the supermarkets like COVID again, where you can't find toilet paper and probably a can of beans and all the food's gone and water's gone. Um, Vanessa writes, that's cool. You're cool, Vanessa. I wish I lived in an actual American state like you do. But what was I going to say? World War III, guys. So I have all night long to research this, and I don't expect you guys to watch everything I watch. But right now in China, their economy is in shams, right? And it's pressuring the government in China to, because President Trump has been tariffs. He's been putting heavy tariffs on China because China has been putting heavy tariffs on us, and everything is made in China. Nothing's made in America. So Trump's idea is to slowly turn that by making American businesses not make their shit in China anymore, but in the USA. In China right now, the factories are closing down. The people in the streets are fighting each other over food, over recyclable goods. You get the point. So what's this going to culminate in? Um, Either the people of China, we don't know how many of them understand what's going on. They don't just, oh, I hate America, I hate Trump. We don't know how many of them understand that it's their own government that was exploiting USA so that their own government could put a lot more money in their pockets, right? And now the citizens, they're like, hey, if you lowered the tariffs, we would at least still have our jobs, you know? So we don't know how many citizens like that there are to pressure Xi Jinping into giving in and coming to the negotiation table with Donald Trump. Or that's the best case scenario. The Chinese people uh, encourage or force their own government to come work with the USA. The other thing that could happen that's really, really bad is Xi Jinping goes like this. Hey, I know how to get your job back. You get some back their jobs, but it's not a factory sewing sweaters. It's not a factory making Nikes. This isn't Nike. Those are Vans. It's not a factory sewing hats or making knives. This is made in America. This isn't China, but you get the point. Um, it's to produce war items, steel. Like China's idea, almost all the steel in the whole world is manufactured in China. So if anybody goes to war with China, they don't have those countries going to war with China was getting all their war equipment, all their steel to produce arms from China in the first place. So if you don't have that, if you don't have your own factory, you get the point. It's slowly bleeding the rest of the world dry. So long story short, either the people of China are gonna encourage their leaders to come to the negotiation table, right? Or Xi Jinping is gonna give them their factory jobs back, but to produce war materials, to government funded. Okay, the government's gonna spend some money for a risk. The risk is gonna be, I'm gonna make my citizens make arms to go attack Taiwan and bank on America not saving Taiwan, just like we let Ukraine basically go. We didn't let it 100% go, but we can't afford to keep taking care of Ukraine. So China is watching that, and everybody's watching how the war is going on in China and how modern warfare is being done in Ukraine and Russia. So that's a template, and they think that America might just let Taiwan go. Actually, I heard that's one of the negotiation things that China wants. we will lower the tariffs if you don't fight back if we take Taiwan. And I guess the reason why we need Taiwan is they make the best semiconductors in the world because weapons are getting super sophisticated, guys. Vehicles nowadays are getting super sophisticated. And I guess all that technology is like top notch in Taiwan. Don't know why they can't make it anywhere else. Don't know why the Taiwanese are so talented at it. But I hear their software that they're producing in Taiwan is better than South Korea. It's better than Japan. It's better than USA's. And so USA, it's in their best interest to keep Taiwan. Also, keeping Taiwan shows other countries that hey, if you have something that we want, we'll take care of you. So if China attacks Taiwan while Iran attacks something with a nuclear bomb, while Kim Jong Il of North Korea attacks something, we're on the precipice of World War III, guys, and it started with the American policy. World War II started with the American policy of isolationism, giving up on certain countries and letting Hitler and Stalin take them. So, I mean, just like with the Ukraine thing and all that, it seems like history's repeating itself. So, nobody else commented anything new. God bless you guys. So, I guess I got to get going on my day, guys. So, I'll close out in a prayer, St. Michael prayer. And may God bless you, and may God hear the desires of your heart, have mercy on you, and consider all of our struggles, all of our plights, all of our supplications. And I'm gonna pray the Saint Michael in Latin. I guess in English first, so you know what it is. If I can remember the English all the way. Saint Michael, defend us in battle, be our protection against evil. May God rebuke all the evil. May you hunt the souls that seek to destroy souls, and throw them into hell. Amen. Sancta Michael Arcangele, defenda nos in proverio, contra nequitiam id insidious diaboli, estos praesidium, impede edi Deus, supretus de precha amor, tuque pricet meditiet alastis satanam aliosque spirituis malignos, vi ad perditionum por vagantor in mundo, divina virtute it infernum detrute. Amen. So you guys have a really good one. Let me see what somebody wrote. Later, Vanessa, thank you guys for the new subscriptions. Again, sometimes I go on rants. I'll see something on YouTube and I'll have to give my anecdotal opinion about it. And, I'm kind of belligerent and stuff like that. So I appreciate any of the subscribers I have. What my channel's worth is, if you guys are trying to get into tactical and survival on a budget, and you just started this stuff, I'm always relaying advice on how to get I would like to buy a firearm for my home, for home defense, Well, like for example, I'm always preaching the gospel of get a Mossberg Maverick 88. It's the most cheapest, reliable shotgun. I'll tell you why you don't buy mini shells for it. You get double-aught buck and slugs. Double-aught buck and slugs. If you live in a place where it's very crowded, like an apartment or something, getting a shotgun might be a bad idea. Shooting slugs, it's going to go through your opponent, or it's going to go through walls and walls and walls in a neighbor, right? So always keep stuff like that in mind. But Mossberg Maverick 88 is the most reliable budget shotgun there is. It's only like Mossberg Maverick 88 was like $190 7 years ago. It's probably $300 now. But all the other cheap shotguns of that price, they've been shown they jam. They can fail you. You can get killed. Other things like water purification, how to make campfires really easy, what kind of cheap hunting knives to buy. It's a lot of stuff to cover right now, but if you ever have the time and you scroll through any of the videos I have, I don't care if you won't watch the whole thing, you could just write a comment. Right now, I don't have that many subscribers, so if you comment on anything, I'm more than likely going to see it. Unless Google wants to be a dick. On my Facebook, sometimes people reply or comment to something and I don't see them. They hide it from me. It's almost like the algorithm knows I'm like a right-wing libertarian. So I swear, right-wing libertarians and stuff like that, we get the butt of the stick all the time. Like, it'll be a thumbnail. I put a cool thumbnail, and it's not that at all. It shows my face doing something stupid, like like it's making fun of me. I swear it's because I advocate like Christianity and right-leaning politics. But yeah, bye Vanessa, and God bless you guys. Happy Easter. Remember, it's probably a very, very special Easter because it's 420. I don't mean like 420 smoke weed. I mean that too. It's the party holiday. It's the Catholic Easter. It's the Eastern Orthodox Easter. That doesn't happen all the time. So another thing that's crazy, people are suggesting or suspecting that there might be church terrorist attacks on this 420, and that nationwide terrorist attacks on churches may be inevitable by, I don't know, cartels or ISIS or something. So I'm always saying, you guys, if you belong to a Catholic or Orthodox church and they're in California and they need free security, I'm very interested in guarding their place for catechumenship. So, anyways, guys, if you my best videos on this is my cat Piglet. She was a delight. So God bless you guys. I guess I got to get going, you know. So let me drink this beer. I'll give it like 10 seconds if anybody else replies. And then I guess I got to get going to work. Let me give you guys one more tour of the place. And I can't catch a buzz off of beer because I weigh almost 300 pounds right now. So anyways, advocating safe driving, you know. I'm gonna miss this weather, guys. Pretty soon it's gonna be the summertime, and all this is gonna be pretty much inhospitable. So if you've been following my channel, thanks. Again, I prove global warming doesn't exist, guys, because I don't expect you to look at all my videos. They're long, but this was bone dry a few months ago. This was a raging river early this winter, and this will be bone dry again by like July. It'll be not even mud. It won't even be mud. It'll be like white sand. It gets so hot out here, and it proves global warming doesn't exist. This is all melted snow coming from up the mountain, way somewhere over there. So global warming doesn't exist. It's all a cycle, you know what I mean? But dear God, does it really get hot out here? I'll tell you, fuck, man. But it's kind of depressing because once the heat comes back, if you live my kind of nomadic lifestyle, shit starts getting harder. Instead of coming out to nature and peace like this, excuse me, I gotta go, like, I go to like the gym all day long, right? And that requires more gasoline. That requires more oil changes, car maintenance in general. You know what I mean? So it's nomadic life, guys. And if you stick around, if you're a long-time subscriber or something, I will eventually show how to make it easy campfire, you know what I mean? how to basically minimalist stuff, like how to go backpacking and hiking and camping, trying to carry the most least equipment as possible, you know, which is not easy. It really is not. But anyways, guys, also another thing that my channel does is once in a while I go exploring and hiking and whatever around some pretty dangerous shit. Like not on this phone, but I've been like around wild boars. You know what I mean? Like I go hiking at the Santa Ana River. The most dangerous thing to run, the Santa Ana River is an abyss. Like in November, December, it's an abyss, man. I mean, you'll have water like this with steam coming out of it, and if you have a flashlight, it does nothing because the light just echoes back off. It just blinds you, like the mist and the fog. It just mirrors the light back right in your eyeballs. And the most dangerous thing to run into in places like that is feral meth heads, like crackheads that live out there and shit with machetes and all that. So I don't my kind of hiking adventures, they're always like as rugged as possible. There's no trails out here. You're gonna get poison ivy, which oh yeah, which always leads me to remind you guys, if you have to walk on rocks like this in hot weather, summertime, whatever, be careful of snakes. Be careful of rattlesnakes, guys. You have to watch where you step. There's freaking rattlesnakes out here. So and also about rattlesnakes, you know, if you're camping, you have a campsite, especially with kids. If you kill the rattlesnakes, right? Go ahead and kill them. You don't want them around your kids. But I'll tell you that some people will say still don't do that because rattlesnakes don't want to bite you. They'll run away from you. They only are defensive. They're not into hunting you. You just leave them alone. If you have to extract them, if you have to kill one because it won't get away from your campsite, that's a different thing. But rattlesnakes eat rats. And I know from experience, I was guarding a construction site out in the desert. I don't know what they did to kill all the rattlesnakes, but when they killed all the rattlesnakes, we lost that job because an overabundance of field mice and rats crawled into everybody's engine, the construction equipment and everything. They ate all the electrical wires and everybody got their cars ruined, and a bunch of rat fecal matter all up in their engines. You could smell dead rat for months when you turn on your air conditioner. It was horrible, like even without the air conditioner. So that's why rattlesnakes are important to the ecosystem. So without further ado, guys, I guess I got to get going. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see if anybody commented something. Later, Vanessa. Later, guys. Have a very blessed Easter.